Here we are, ostensibly in the Byron Room, which serves as the prime dining room, where many relics, objects, and pictures from the past reside. Pictures connected intimately to me by blood, association, and romantic attachment. It is an apposite day to peruse some of the content of this room, as it were 28 years ago today, that my beloved mother passed into the Lord's safekeeping. And it was through her maternal line that I inherited the blood connection to the poet, of course, and have all the connections and associations with Newstead, where her own parents dwelled, as did I on occasion in my very early days. So 28 years ago today, my mother slipped away into the dark unknown. She fell asleep, to await, of course, the moment when the dead arise again. She was a very gentle soul, very spiritual, not necessarily always orthodox, and quite poetic. That is where I inherit my romantic side, I very much suspect. Other inheritances, such as music, particularly the more excitable music, I inherit from my father, who died 20 years ago this December, 8 years following my mother. They were different times, the best way to describe it, when we were growing up. And I feel immensely grateful to have been born into them, and indeed to have the parents I enjoyed. Here's an interesting one in London. my mother holding my hand as the governess-looking Mrs. Brown holds my other hand. Here's a very lovely picture of my parents, casual, and why not? In the foreground in colour is my dear wife, Sarah, to whom I owe so much. Like me, she's artistic, spiritual, soft, and sensitive. Beautiful both within and without. Now here is my parents and I, probably at the coast. We seemed so happy then. Perhaps we were. There's a picture of my parents at my home in Hampstead Gardens suburb. I'd put that around the early 1980s. I can't be more precise than that. And just there, you can just about see me, I think, is a picture of me with my mother when we were ensconced at Montreal, Canada. An interesting experience. Before we returned to the British Isles and London, England, via Dublin Castle, where we stayed for a period. Here I am with my mother at Newstead Abbey Park, where we often stayed with my mother's parents, in the very heart and within a walk from the famous ancestral home itself. And here, on our special day, and here, our dear friend Diana, who went too soon to join the angels. And here above, Diana's remains. How could it be otherwise? I had no siblings, but she was my spiritual sister, my poetic sister, my sister, by all save blood. So it's quite poignant to reminisce, to recollect, to reconnoitre amongst the objects and artefacts, and to remember, most of all, to remember. Fare thee well. And if forever, still forever, fare thee well.